What's up, dudes? Welcome back to Duty's Daggers. We got a review today of the Reate EXO-M. This is a super illegal gravity knife, at least in most states. It's illegal in my state, where I live, to carry this thing. And it's super badass and cool. We're going to review it. We're going to talk all about it. First, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It's a really cool channel. If you couldn't tell by the intro, I think you're going to like it. Just subscribe, please. And Instagram, follow me there as well, duties_daggers. It says it right there. So, Reate EXO-M. This is a gravity knife. And let's talk a little bit about how it works really quick. And then we'll do some size comparisons. We'll kind of get into the whole meat and taters. So a gravity knife means that it is actuated, it is deployed using gravity. So how it works is there's a pivot back here, and this part of the knife rotates on that pivot. Open and shuts, open, shuts. Doing that in the upright position, nothing's going to happen. You have to turn the knife over and let gravity pull the knife out, and then you shut this down behind it to lock it in position. There is 2 tabs on either side connected to the tang of the blade, and they move with the tang. They're bolted onto it right here. So in the closed position, this closes around that tab, and that locks the blade closed. You swing this open, releasing those tabs. They slide forward. This swings back shut, locking those tabs in the open position. And as you're gripping the knife, this can't open back up, so the blade can't close. Now, this is the version 2 of the knife, and they have added this locking mechanism to the knife, which means in the open position or closed position, you can slide this up, and that locks this piece from opening back up again. The first version of the knife, you had to just rely on your hand holding it shut as you're, gripping it using the knife. So this is an added kind of safety feature, but also very convenient. This allows you to carry this in your pocket without worrying about it opening up and the blade coming out. With the old version, you needed to carry it in some kind of leather slip in your pocket, or else it was just really dangerous, This could very easily come out and hit an artery in your leg. It would be very bad. But that was not the only the only change to this new version. They also added a pocket clip, which really allowed you to carry it in your pocket without worry. They kind of with this EXO-M version, they really turned the gravity knife into an EDC knife. Before, it was kind of a novelty knife. Like I said, you had to carry it in a slip if you wanted to carry it. Now it can really truly be a very convenient EDC knife. And I've been carrying this for a while now, and it really is a pretty convenient EDC knife. It really is. So let's measure it first, and then we'll kind of continue on that train of thought. The blade here is just over 3 inches, about 3 1/8 inch. The actual cutting edge is, it's like 3 1/16, so very close. The handle is, 4 3/8, and overall we've got about 4.5 inches, or sorry, 7.5 inches. There you go. How about some size comparisons? Help you get an idea of how big the knife is. Spider code PM2. How about the factor? There you go. Let's do, hang on. Let's do the Kubi Momentum. And the Hogue Deca. There you go. It's actually right around Deca size, a little longer than a Deca. All right. Now let's measure the thinness behind the edge. Um, First of all, this knife comes in 3 different blade shapes. This is the drop point. There was also a tanto and a double-sided dagger blade. I went for this one because I thought it'd be the most practical as far as carrying it and using it, which I plan to do and did do, have been doing. That's why I picked this one. I did a full cut test video with this knife. I'll link it up in the corner if you want to see this thing in action. It cut pretty well. The measurement behind the edge is not extremely thin from what I remember. But I did lay the edge back a little bit, and it got quite a bit more slicey. The measurement behind the edge is, let's see, 20 thousandths back there. In the middle, we've got 20 thousandths again, 20 thousandths again. So that's not too thick. That's not uber thin either. That's kind of middle of the road for an EDC knife. I think that's fine. That's pretty good. Blade stock is not overly thick either, so this thing slices well. Definitely pretty well. Let's talk about the construction. We have full titanium. This is all titanium, except is the clip? Yeah, the clip is titanium as well. So the only thing that wouldn't be titanium is the hardware and the actual blade, which is CPM 3V blade steel. Quick overview on 3V. It's known for its toughness, not necessarily its edge retention. It has edge retention similar but not quite as good as S30V, but definitely not much, but better edge retention than D2, and it's very, very tough. You typically see 3V on fixed blades because, fixed blades typically need to be a bit tougher than folding knives, or in this case, gravity knives. So I think that was a kind of a weird choice for this knife. I don't really care that much. I think it's okay. I think it would have been more appropriate to use maybe like S35VN, even S30V, yeah, Magnicut even, something like that. But it's fine, it's not really a complaint in my book. We have, there was 3 different inlay materials. This is the green micarta that I have here. It's on both sides. It's done very well. Really, really like it. There was also a black micarta and a burlap micarta available. The pocket clip is a deep carry pocket clip, but unfortunately they kind of messed up the clip here by putting in one of these big button-headed screws in there. You can see the clearance between the top of that screw and the inside of the clip is very, very narrow. That's very small in there. My pocket seam on my Carhartts cannot get past that point. I could force it past that point, but then it's very hard to pull the knife back out. If you have kind of thinner jeans, you might be fine. In fact, you probably will be fine. But if you have thicker seams, this isn't going to sit all the way down in your pocket because of that. Now, I reached out to Reate and asked them about this. They said they are making replacement screws for their clips for the EXO-M that are flat-headed. And they said, we'll send you one. You just have to pay for the shipping for this $12. I wish they would have just taken care of that before they sent them out. I don't understand how that got past their... How that got past them. How would they think that that was a good idea? Why would they not just put a flat-headed screw from the beginning? It's just kind of weird, for a company as reputable as Reate. They're widely considered to be the best overseas manufacturer of knives, which is saying a lot. And for them to overlook that is just baffling to me. I really don't understand why. Maybe they were in a rush to get it out. Who knows? Regardless, they will send you a replacement if you pay for shipping. It was mentioned to me I might be able to go to the hardware store and just pick up one. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to try this weekend. I'll let you guys know if it works, or if they have one suitable. There's a lot of jimping all the way around this thing. We got some kind of wider jimps up here, back here. And then we have this really awesome, like, cross-hatched jimping up here where your thumb would go. I love this. I absolutely love this. It looks cool. It's very grippy. It's fantastic, man. I wish I saw that more on knives. I love how that looks. Really, really amazing. Um, Overall, there's a lot of really cool and detailed machining going on here. This is all titanium. This piece right here that swings is basically an integral piece. You know, this is all one piece. This side, the back side, and this side, all one piece. Very, very cool. A lot of intricate, tolerances. This part that slides on either side of, I guess you might call this the backspacer. Very tight in there. Not a lot of wiggle. Everything just fits together really, really nicely. All these edges are chamfered around. Everything looks really nice, man. Really, really nice. The construction on this thing is great. Really great. If you open this up, we can see the serial number. Mine is 244, and you can see the birthday, January 2023. That's always cool, I always like to see that. We got the little Reate logo right down there. And then on the other side, it says exoskeleton. How cool is that? I love that. It's like a little hidden message back in there. I think that's awesome. All right, let's talk about the ergonomics. So ergonomics, I don't feel anything poking me. There's no hot spots. I don't feel the clip. If you were a lefty, you might feel that switch a little bit, but I really don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. It really doesn't poke out that far. But being a righty, it's not in my palm, so I don't feel it at all. It's not there. And like I said, having this kind of cross-hatched jimping right where my thumb is really nice. And since I don't have the double-bladed dagger version, I can actually put my thumb up here too if I want, up on the spine if I'm really trying to get some pressure into the tip or in the belly over here. I can do that too if I want. You can kind of hold your knife however you want. You can be real choked up right here. You can kind of hold it farther back. It's kind of just a more rectangularly shaped handle, so there's a lot of options here. Reverse grip, reverse grip, whatever that's called. As far as grips go, you can hold this thing however you want. And having this lock now, you can kind of flip this thing around and do whatever you want without having this open and the blade close on you. That was one thing, kind of fidgeting and messing around with the knife, that I'd be kind of flipping it around and then this would pop open, or if I was flipping it around with the blade closed, the blade would open and kind of sometimes it would poke me. So I don't know. This is a fun knife to mess around with and just kind of, I don't know, toss around and it's just fun, man. It's a really fun knife. The sounds it makes are one of a kind. If you live with a wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, mom, parent, sibling, whatever, if you live with anybody, this sound is it's gonna annoy them. It's gonna get to a point, if you own one of these, where they're gonna tell you to stop. They're gonna tell you to put down the gravity knife and give them a break. Because it's pretty loud. And me being living by myself with my dog, I can do this all I want, and there's no one to stop me. So I kind of probably don't even realize the racket I'm making. It's just fun, dude. It's really fun. You can kind of like slowly turn your hand over, deploy it, bring it back up. You can quickly kind of force it out the front this way. You could flip it around and then do the reverse grip deployment. You can even kind of get it back in this way too. Just use your imagination. There's so much you could do. You can kind of like fling it out this way. That's kind of fun. You have to get the timing right, because you're opening this up and then closing it kind of at the right time. There we go. It's a very fun knife. I highly recommend it. And I think it's a decent price. This is the same price as the original one was. Now, this one is a little bit smaller than the original, but we have the added machining and time put in for the lock and the clip, so same price. $280, I think is good. There's a lot of machining going on here. Very well built. Reate. I think that's a good price. The this is a fun one, man. The original one I had, I sold. There were a few reasons. One, I couldn't really afford it at the time, so I had to kind of sell it. I bought it. I wanted to look at it so badly. I figured I'd probably have to sell it, and I did. But another reason was just the uncarryability of it, you know? So just inconvenient to really carry. Not something you just slip in your pocket and go, you know? But this version, you can do that. And I have been carrying this a lot. It is so fun, man. You know, it may take more time to get out of your pocket, fling it open, lock it, cut your whatever you're going to cut, unlock it, slide it in, lock it again, put it away. It may take more time than, you know, pull out of your pocket, thumb stud, cut, frame lock, away. But, you know, you don't even have to lock it every time. If you're just opening a package or something, you don't have to lock it. You just fling it open, cut, put it away, you know. So there's that. And it's just fun to do, so it's not really like a negative, in my opinion. It's like you get to take this out of your pocket and mess around with it for a second while you're doing your cutting task. Because it's fun, you know? It's fun to take out and use. So I've really been loving carrying this. I don't have a whole lot negative to say about it, except that pocket clip screw issue. That's weird and sucks, and it sucks you have to pay the shipping to get a new one, but at least they're sending out new ones for free, besides the shipping. And that's really the only negative I can think about it. You know, I guess, you know, the sharpening trail isn't the best. It's okay, though. You do have a little bit of area there for sharpening. I like that there's a satin flat and then a stone-washed bevel and swedge. I think that looks great. You know, the micarta is done really nicely. I really don't have any other complaints about it. It's just really cool. You might be wondering about blade play. Now, this is a very rattly knife. That's just the nature of a gravity knife like this. It's not going to be a solid lockup because you don't have a lock bar putting pressure under the tang of the blade, keeping it all stiff and locked up. So it's rattly. That's for sure rattly. You know, it's a noisy object. But if you're gripping this, pushing through a cut, there's no blade play. If you're gripping this as hard as you can, I guess I'm getting a very, very slight side-to-side motion, but it is very solid. So, you know, while it's in use, gripping it, there's no blade play. So, you know, it's really not an issue. As far as lock stability, you're gripping this. There's no way that this could open up and the knife close on you or close while you're cutting by accident. It's just not possible. These tabs would have to break free of the tang of the blade, and they just can't do that. They're bolted on with these two big pieces of hardware here. So that's not going to happen. Very secure locking mechanism. And that's pretty much it. This is the Reate EXO-M. And if you haven't got your hands on one, I hope that they, in fact, I know they will. I just don't know when. Drop some more of them. They will be coming around. So just stay patient and you will get one. I would really recommend it. You know, it's a unique thing to have in the collection. Number one. Number two, it's really fun to fidget with. Number three, it's really fun to use practically as well. It's not just a fidget toy. It's a very functional fidget toy that you can use to cut and do work. Again, watch my cut testing video to see how it does. And it does well. I love it. I really, really love it. I'm glad they decided to come out with this version of it with the lock, the clip. It just turns it into a much more usable fidget toy. You know, before it was a fidget toy that could cut. Yeah. It wasn't that practical, though, for carrying it around. Now it is. And I'm really happy with it. So, thanks for watching, dudes. Please like the video before you bounce. And, yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Or if you just want to chat, leave me a comment. I always reply to comments, at least 95% of the time. So let's chat. I love you guys. Subscribe, don't forget. I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love. Adios. Whoopsie daisy. Bye-bye.